Jacob flees before Laban by Ginzberg. Jacob had only been waiting for Joseph to be born to begin preparations for his journey home. The Holy Spirit had revealed to him that the house of Joseph would work the destruction of the house of Esau, and therefore Jacob exclaimed at the birth of Joseph, "Now I need not fear Esau or his legions." About this time, Rebekah sent her nurse Deborah, the daughter of Uz, accompanied by 2 of Isaac's servants, to Jacob to urge him to return to his father's house, now that his 14 years of service had come to an end. Then Jacob approached Laban and spoke, "Give me my wives and my children, that I may go unto mine own place, and to my country, for my mother has sent messengers unto me, bidding me to return to my father's house." 204 Laban answered, saying, "O that I might find favor in thine eyes! By a sign it was made known unto me, that God blesseth me for thy sake." What Laban had in mind was the treasure he had found on the day Jacob came to him, and he considered that a token of his beneficent powers. 205 Indeed, God had wrought many a thing in the house of Laban that testified to the blessings spread abroad by the pious. Shortly before Jacob came, a pest had broken out among Laban's cattle, and with his arrival it ceased. And Laban had had no son, but during Jacob's sojourn in Haran sons were born unto him. 207 All the hire he asked in return for his labor and for the blessings he had brought Laban was the speckled and spotted among the goats of his herd, and the black among the sheep. Laban assented to his conditions, saying, "Behold, I would it might be according to thy word." The archvillain Laban, whose tongue wagged in all directions, and who made all sorts of promises that were never kept, judged others by himself, and therefore suspected Jacob of wanting to deceive him. 208 And yet, in the end, it was Laban himself who broke his word. No less than 100 times he changed the agreement between them. Nevertheless, his unrighteous conduct was of no avail. Though a 3 days' journey had been set betwixt Laban's flocks and Jacob's, the angels were wont to bring the sheep belonging to Laban down to Jacob's sheep, and Jacob's droves grew constantly larger and better. Laban had given only the feeble and sick to Jacob, yet the young of the flock, raised under Jacob's tendance, were so excellent in quality that people bought them at a heavy price. 210 And Jacob had no need to resort to the peeled rods. He had but to speak, and the flocks bare according to his desire. What Laban deserved was utter ruin, for having permitted the pious Jacob to work for him without hire, and after his wages had been changed 10 times, and 10 times Laban had tried to overreach him, God rewarded him in this way. 212 But his good luck with the flocks was only what Jacob deserved. Every faithful laborer is rewarded by God in this world, quite regardless of what awaits him in the world to come. With empty hands Jacob had come to Laban, and he left him with herds numbering 600,000. Their increase had been marvelous, an increase that will be equaled only in the messianic time. 214 The wealth and good fortune of Jacob called forth the envy of Laban and his sons, and they could not hide their vexation in their intercourse with him. And the Lord said unto Jacob, Thy father-in-law's countenance is not toward thee as beforetime, and yet thou tarriest with him. Do thou rather return unto the land of thy fathers, and there I will let my Shekinah rest upon thee, for I cannot permit the Shekinah to reside outside of the Holy Land. 215 Immediately Jacob sent the fleet messenger Naphtali. 216 to Rachel and Leah to summon them to a consultation, and he chose as the place of meeting the open field, where none could overhear what was said. 217 His 2 wives approved the plan of returning to his home, and Jacob resolved at once to go away with all his substance, without as much as acquainting Laban with his intention. Laban was gone to shear his sheep, and so Jacob could execute his plan without delay. That her father might not learn about their flight from his teraphim, Rachel stole them, and she took them and concealed them upon the camel upon which she sat, and she went on. And this is the manner they used to make the images. They took a man who was the firstborn, slew him and took the hair off his head, then salted the head and anointed it with oil. Then they wrote the name upon a small tablet of copper or gold and placed it under his tongue. The head with the tablet under the tongue was then put in a house where lights were lighted before it, and at the time when they bowed down to it, It spoke to them on all matters that they asked of it, and that was due to the power of the name which was written upon it 218.